Hello everybody. Here's a French bull. Back to work. Been a long time since I made a public live stream. So good to be back. And we have people in. Hello Renato, Thomas, Myco Dogs, Jenny, CMDR. Good to see you, everybody. Some name I don't recognize yet. Hey there, yeah. Good evening, Delirium is here. Nice. Bonjour, Mitchell. Let's put some calm music on. And let's talk about Bitcoin, right? Start with, before talking Bitcoin, don't forget to subscribe, hit the notification bell if you don't want to miss any of the streams that I could do. Check out my Twitter as well. I have not been active a lot recently, but I'm back at work, so might get back a bit active on Twitter at some point, right? And sometime if I have an interesting view or count, some kind of warning, I will post it on the Twitter. I'm flexing about some of the count I do into the Discord as well. Anyway, bonjour tout le monde. So, had quite a nice pump, right, overnight. That quite feel good to see that. It was a bit overdue. So we'll see what count gonna fit into this. I don't want to spend too much time on the higher time frame count because nothing changed, almost nothing changed on the higher time frame count. I think I covered this in the last live stream, the public one I mean, that was 2 weeks ago. The most important right now is to, when you are unsure of the higher time frame, even if we have an ID, my main bias remain here 1, 2, 3, 4, and we are going for a fifth. That could target wide target between 100k and 240k, even higher maybe. I remain on that for now. I have more bearish alternative, of course. And locally, the question is, do we have a low here? Do we have a low here? Here we have a low, of course. But is this low gonna hold or not? Which side is gonna break first, right? That's gonna be our focus. We can have a high time frame view or several high time frame views and still make a successful trade even if the main bias is wrong, because we focus on every possibilities. Not every time, but at least I try to be as much biasless as possible. I have a bias, but my trades are high. Gosh, I don't find my word today. I tried both sides, right? Even if I were to believe that we were to go in a run here, I will still be looking for shorts where it is sensible. In fact, I don't think this is a low. I'm not sure this low gonna get taken before this, but we have quite some room here. So we can still range between these two levels and still take that low at some point and still be in some kind of corrective pattern without taking the low and having some kind of impulse. Here I don't think this low gonna hold because we have something that look pretty much impulsive down. And of course it is getting really tight because we got really close to the low. So yeah, it's gonna get really tight to get a corrective move here that doesn't break that low. But it's possible. We'll see that. Why is this lagging again? I guess exo chart. I'm gonna exit that for now and keep the charts on the side. I know, well, I'm feeling well. Very well, thank you. Hope you do too. We catch a nice long position here, so it's always a nice feeling, you know, when you wake up in the morning with a, I don't even know how much. In the morning it was like 10% move. It's always a nice feeling when you get such a strong move and you are in the right position. You're not like left on the side. I'm sorry, I've not been able to do a live stream last week. I was quite busy. I start back on Monday for the crew and for Vortex to the Discord. I made the morning updates and everything. So we did catch some longs here, but I not been able to share my view last week publicly. But yeah, we're feeling good today. Trying to catch a bit of shorts in the morning, getting wrecked for now. I mean, this is knife. You need some knife catching skills when you try to short such a pump. And I will explain a bit later why and how. Still managed to go out flat on the short side with this by just taking profit quickly and yeah, being really aggressive on the take profit and really snappy on the entry. But for now, yeah, I'm just long. I think it's still a good place to be short right now. But I think we could also get a bit more higher. And so yeah, to keep the focus on the count here, on the high time frame count before jumping on the lower time frame. Whatever this is part of on the higher degree count, what we want to read is some kind of corrective structure. So we have two main possibilities with this. Either we have a flat, we're looking to finish 5 waves into that move, or 3 wave, because it could be a WX flat, even if it is less common. Or we could be looking at a corrective move just here. Or we could be looking at 5 waves, even, 5 waves that take a low. It could be part of a larger corrective structure. It's getting a bit too low if we're going lower for this to be corrective. But even if it is not a complete correction by itself, let's say we have a finished impulse, or impulse that finished here. That would be the bearish scenario. We could have a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 here. So then we would be looking for corrective structure to the downside. But also we will be looking at an impulsive structure, because a corrective is made of impulsive potential. It is an ABC. So even if it is not the end of the overall correction, which is surely a possibility. We will still likely have end of at least the first leg of the correction, and we'll have wave A as 5 waves here, and will allow us to get a pretty nice bounce. I mean, this is still, you can still make a lots of money on such a wide range, right? It's 100% potentially or more move, even if this is bearish, and this will come to much lower prices over the time before reversing next year or year after. Again, if you want more about the higher time frame, I suggest you to watch the last public live stream where I covered this. I will cover it again in some times maybe. So yeah, here we have 3 main possibilities. Either we have an ABC, so we have our low. Either we have 1, 2, 3, 4, and we're in the process of making a 5th, right? I'm sitting on the side on the more bullish side for several reasons. I believe we are way oversold. We saw a lot of capitulation. You can take a look also at look into bitcoin.com, where there is a lot of higher time frame indicators and a part based on on-chain data. And we are seeing a lot of confidence saying we did reach same kind of level that we did reach when we were at the bottom of each of the cycle in 2019, 15, 2011. Here we have the order wave. If you can see, maybe I can zoom in a bit more. The light yellow zone, which is the 1 to 2 years holding. That means that's based on-chain data, right? That's when Bitcoin has been moved to a wallet and how long it has been moved. When did it come into that wallet? So it's just holding. It's not necessarily that the person buy it at that moment, because it could be transferring from a wallet to another, but if you take on the big picture, usually it means it is buying. And when you see this yellow zone getting bigger, it means that people are just not selling, they are accumulating on the downtrend. Yeah, so 15%, here we are 11%, here we are. I'm not sure I'm reading this right. Yeah, anyway, you see it's getting wider. People are just not selling anymore, they're accumulating. And this is just one indicator, because it was here on the chart, the last one I look at, but we have many of them that are screaming buy zone, right? Oversold, etc. We saw a lot of capitulation. We are seeing price floor on most of it. Also on miners. Where is the miners one? The ash ribbon. We have the multiple as well. It's in buy zone. I say which one? Ash ribbon. We have a better indicator here in trading view. I don't have any of them in. Here it is. So also trigger a buy signal a few weeks back. Usually it has always been correct. We didn't really At least we got the green dot, not the already buy one, but the green dot. And usually when you got it, that was at the low, right? Just here before the COVID crash, but we had a nice run out of it still at the low here, at the low here, at the low, was two of them here. We also had the peace cycle bottom that triggered a few weeks back, right here. So that one is maybe not the best because it has been made to fit the two previous bottom, has been adjusted. It is a derivative of the peace cycle top, which has been very accurate. This is very simple indicators based on moving averages, but I've been so accurate that, yeah, and there is so much of it, so much of them are screaming buy right now on the high time frame that I have to consider them. Also, we have the 200 moving averages on a weekly time frame. Let's get the other ones. On every market, this is a big signal of bear bull trend, and usually in a bull trend we hold them on the high time frame, more or less. We did dip a bit below here, and we are below here right now. But if we can manage at some point to reclaim them, I mean, surely we can still be corrective. And if we do this, but yeah, if you see a deviation below this two moving average and reclaim, and we are still in a bull trend. And overall, this means capitulation. And we know there's big players and big Bitcoin maximalists that are buying at that level, that are defending it. Big wealth. Oops, can I turn down the music a bit? Yeah, surely. Sorry, yeah, I reinstalled everything on the computer. My setting might be a bit weird. What about if it is just a massive short squeeze straight up non-stop? Scary. Look like when it pullbacks could just be straight down. I guess you're talking about just the move that we are having right now. I'm going to dive inside the lower time frame a bit later. Someone been watching Trader XO, I don't know if that's for me or not. I didn't watch him. It's more on the bear side, okay. Also locally, I had an important level that I wanted to see defended. Took it earlier during the week at the weekly level from the 2018 top. I had been defended, and has been defended again. So pretty nice to see that. Pretty happy to see it. So yeah, high time frame, we talked about it. Now the question for sure is, do we have a low here? Yeah, we have a significant market structure change on 1 minute. I am seeing this on the other screen on the side. Significant. 1 minute. One. Not so significant yet. I stopped shorting, so that's surely gonna reverse here. Anyway, yeah, question: do we have a low here or not? I see two possible counts on this part. I mean, there is more, but I just made two. Try to not get confused. The question: is this corrective, or is this the first wave on an impulse, right, of a new trend? Is this a reversal or not? Surely it's not easy to fit an impulsive move into this structure. At the same time, in a reversal, that's not so bad to have a complicated structure that makes the first wave up, because usually the first wave is into denial. It's not where everybody see that it's the trend reversed, right? You want to have people on the sideline. You want to have people still selling and shorting to fuel a move up. You need setup. If you had a clear 5 waves up, then people will just front run each other's and will be running way more quickly. And so here, if we want to have a nice longer reaccumulation structure, it's good to have a complex one. So is it possible to have this as impulsive? The past counts that I had these 2 lows as invalidation for an uptrend, and I try to make it clear that sometimes it's good to not focus too much on the lower time frame. We can always fit something and come back on it later on. And as the move went quite heavily and was unfinished here, say we'll see, but it surely looks like we will get that lows at some point. But that doesn't mean it totally invalidates this as an impulsive move. We focused on finishing 5 waves here, longing 5 waves anyway, because we know we have a good potential for a good bounce. There is liquidity, there is a range, there is a lot of liquidity to play in, a lot of good levels. And we can come back on it later to see if we can fit something. What was the counts? Did I delete them already? No, here it was. So the idea was to have a 1-2 or a 1-2 and a sub wave 1 here as a leading diagonal. This is now unvalidated because we took the low. So I come back on this, say, okay, what can I fit as an impulsive? I can fit something. It's not the count that I would have favor at first, but it's correct. It doesn't break rules. And yeah, so what it is, well, we have an impulse here. We have a flat here for wave A of a larger ABC correction for wave 2. Then we have 5 waves up. No, yeah, that's the thing. Here, any sensible Elliottian will have look at this as one complete wave as itself. That's normal because you have a move, you have an impulse that is more comparable to the time of the other moves here. But you can also always extend things a bit more and have a 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's how I kind of force fit an impulse. That's by making something with this. Because here we had a longer wave than this one, and we have overlapping between this and this that make it really complex to make any kind of impulse or diagonal. Now if I make a 1, 2, 3, 4, it's not great because wave 4 is very deep and take a lot longer time than what took the proposed wave 2 here. But it's not invalid because it does not overlap wave 1. And it allows us to have a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to have a wave 3 here. And then we have some kind of corrective structure. Here it was an expanding triangle for wave B of an A, B, C. And then we have our wave 4, even if you put your wave 4 here, possible. that does not overlap the top of wave 1. So that's good. Because you cannot have wave 4 overlapping 1 unless it is a diagonal. But in a diagonal, wave 3 is not the longest. And here, it is the longest. However you fit it, even if you fit here, this is the longest wave in the middle. And then an ending diagonal here for the wave 5. So we have a valid impulse move. Now we still have an impulse, most likely an impulsive move down here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that doesn't look like that. Yeah, I hardly fit any corrective structure into this. It look and it behave like an impulse. So what we can have is this as a wave A, and currently we are in a wave B, and this could get us really high, especially seeing the strength of this initial pump here. We have all the room to, here we're in a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, B, we have all the room to go to the high, very high of the range. Challenge it. As it is 5 waves down, we should not take the high. We cannot see some kind of flat here, should not. But we can challenge and come it really close to the high. In that case, if we do, but I would want to see this to give more credit to the bull side. I want to see this move come really close to the high, and as a B, and then to valid a potential wave C, we will need to take the low of wave A. If we come close to this, then we could take the low here without taking the low here. So we may have a valid thing. Now, usually for an ABC, we look at a 1-1 extension. So you just look like this, 1-1 extension. In theory, we should be correcting at least up to 24,500 for this to be valid. Now, sometimes we have really shallow wave C. Most important for me will be to breach that low. So depending how it behaves, but the goal would be to be a buyer into that zone. Readjust depending of the price action that come. Yeah, even if wave B is shallow and we do this, I will still be probably looking to be a buyer. And of course, I will be looking to be a seller, as I can read a complete corrective move here. Anyway, it finished, right? You're trying to play a reversal or coming back a bit later on a retrace to be 8, right? I'm still a bit aged from my higher shorts, right? Especially the one from the highs. No, this one I think I closed it everything. But I would want to have more short exposure then. Now I have an alternative, mid-term bullish but overall bearish, corrective count. It's something else. So the idea is to still have an A, B here with a flat for the A and A, B, C, right? Wave C would make us a wave A or wave W, in fact, or W, whatever. And then we have a wave A of a flat with an A, B, C with a short C. So you see again, neither of that count is really the best, like that will follow all the guidelines. It doesn't break rules, but it doesn't follow guidelines. Usually you want to go later ones, but yeah, I'm finding correct count that beat my bias. My bias, or at least not necessarily my bias, but yeah, a possible alternative to be ready for everything. In that case, I would say yeah, so an A, B, and a wave C here. That will say we're still in correction, and we could take that high and still be in a corrective move. Now on the higher time frame, that doesn't seem like the most likely to me. But I will keep that in mind. Develop. Now in this scenario, we have two alternatives because it could be a W or A. But if it is a WXY, then here we'll be looking at some kind of corrective structure instead of 5 waves for a C. Oh yeah, so something I will especially keep in mind, well, in case we do get a stronger move that take the high, right? Now, I don't have the bearish count, obviously, it is. Yeah, forget about it. Now, if we are into... If this was a correction, and we are in a 1, 2, 3, 4, for example, it's possible. I didn't make the count here, but we'll have an A, B, C with an ending diagonal still. Oh yeah, I have it. That's the alternative that was on this. The orange count, ABC. So that's possible. In that case, we just finished wave 1 instead of finishing wave A. It was a bullish case. In that case, we are looking for wave 2. That's why we want to be looking for short as it rises, not necessarily right now on the lower time frame. There is also some to be looking at, but in the next coming weeks, because if that's really bearish, we may be in a 1-2 and go for lower low 3-4-5. And looking at the depth of this move down, the standard target for wave 3 it will be much lower, even if we put this on log. You know, that could be quite a capitulation. Knowing that we are already quite oversold. What happened? Yeah, if there's capitulation, that could get really ugly. That would be the scenario that Bitcoin is not going to a run before many years. And probably that stock market are going into complete collapse as well. Because there's a possibility that stocks go into a collapse. Let me check the comments. I am shorting it, looking for 17k. Yeah, I think it's a bit early for this, but why not? It could be lovely to fully reverse straight up, straight down of it. I know things impossible, but this look can feel really impulsive. So short here as first impulse complete. It's good because we could retrace pretty heavily still, but I would not be looking for lower low. Now we would need to maybe complete a fifth, really a 4 and a 5 to really give more credit to the impulse. Surely if it starts to go straight down without making a 5th wave, maybe, but even if you look at this, we have a nice complete impulse here. And the time it took, we should be looking at more time for a correction. Um, 23.6% is kind of the minimum we should expect for a correction of that move, I should be looking at a 1-1 between the 0.618 and 1-1, so for end of September, before really looking for a short that will potentially break that low. I also have a proposal count for this. I will show you. Okay, Johnny? Let me know. Is it possible this structure is a big wave for which structure? I mean, it's possible that this is a big wave 4. That remain my main bias as long as we don't reach invalidation, which is here at 13,900. If you're talking lower time frame, this part of a wave 4, I don't see it, no. For me, I have a good complete impulse here, which is on this chart here. I mean, everything fit nicely. Reach target. We have 5 subwaves for the 3. We have a triangle for the wave 4. We have divergence between the 3 and the 5th and the 3 and the 5th of lower degree on the 4 hour. We went from deeply oversold and long bull div, reaching overbought now already, but I think we can stay in overbought for a bit. And already I don't see any other count possible. I think I saw someone making things differently with a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I don't like this kind of counts. But I mean, it's depends how your way to do it. I have a way to do my counts. But I don't see how this could be corrective, and I don't see how you could fit this part of a wave, this as part of a wave 4, unless you do a ABC maybe. It's a bit extreme. We're way deeper here, and I don't see how this could be the end of a wave 3. We already have a long correction for the wave 4 compared to the wave 2, proposed wave 2, so, and this is a shorter and shorter wave, so I don't see anything else. Now we can fit corrective move if really needed, a WXY, but usually when you start to like an ABC as a W, an X, and an ABC as a Y, but like 90% of the time when you fit a WX or WXYXZ, it's wrong. It's just trying to fit your bias. I mean, you almost never need them. At least on the time frame like this, on a 5 minute, I don't say, but yeah. Or really on a sideway consolidation, when you really have like something like this. First 22, 23. Wait, I've start at the June low 17.6 to possible 32k. Oh, you mean this as a wave 4, like a 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, I guess that's what I would look. Yeah, I would say yes. Not be my favorite, sure, but if we do the corrective kind of stuff that I talked about here, we take the high and still deep, I would probably look at this as a kind of wave 4. 32k, I'm not sure. It seems a bit too high. For me, we have good candidate for here. I would allow this to do this, and if we start to challenge 30k, no, not for me at least. Now we can have something else. We can create a W as an ABC, W, X, and then Y. As I say, usually when you try to fit the WXY, you have other way to do it most of the time. And yet I'm still proposing a WXY here, but I know there's an alternative with an ABC. We also kind of can fit 5 waves here as an ABC. And my count here WXY, just because it really reached nice target here. It works as well as an ABC, and overall it means that this have a nice potential for an ABC. So is this the top or is this the top? It's debatable. You're welcome. I missed something. First 22, 23, then 15. Okay. Yeah, okay. Are you in a position, bro? I'm in a long right now, that's it. Well, I have my higher short from way higher that I just took profit. I mean, I was short here. We're here, 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 here. So of course this position I've taken all the profit that they needed. And now they are just running as an edge. And I will close all of them when I have a lot more confidence that yes, we have a reversal. And I don't care, I'm losing profit on that side because it's protection for me to have a peace of mind that Bitcoin can go lower. I don't mind, I'm just accumulating more Bitcoin. And the profit have been taken for them. So anyway, for example, that short from here, most of the take profit have been taken. I mean, there was take profit all along the way. Most of it have been taken here and here. So if I got to close them here, not a big deal because otherwise I will have closed them here. Not a big loss. Right now I'm just on a long in this time frame. I tried a few shorts. I had went slightly flat. I had counts, so let me make this. So the ID, the wake up, yeah, 161.8. That we were already quite overbought. Bearish divergence on below 1 hour and overbought up to 4 hours. And had a potentially completed impulse move here, reaching the target, potential target for wave 3. So I said, okay, might be time to look for shorts. I took a short on that squeeze. There was imbalance and trap shorts that I wanted to see on the on Exo chart, on the footprint. And we have been seeing big short position building all the way here. So I said, okay, here, good. I might have a top of wave 3 here. So I'm took a short at, I think I grabbed it at 900, 800, 900. Partial take profit. On such aggressive position, usually what I do is I take my entry, stop loss is above the high. When I'm at a 1-1 trade, a bit more to account for the fees, depending on the moment, the order flow, what I'm seeing. I close half of it, so I know that if I get stopped out, I got out flat. I took a bit of profit here. I was looking for lower because the idea was to go deeper retrace. Now, seeing that we keep squeezing up, I guess we are heading to the 261.8 overall. Now, on log or on linear, that's a question. They're not so wide apart. Now we have a good resistance here. Naked POC from... no, it's a range POC and naked POC from that range. And the all range POC. But I already made short here, and right here. And now I don't really see the count, I can just extend this. The thing is, we didn't have much retrace that suggests a wave 4 of that degree. The orange one, so just below the yellow, the green. We really never retrace much. That's the biggest retrace we had. And usually you want to see a retrace to the 236 Fibonacci retrace of the wave 3. So here, it's at the beginning, the suggest beginning is here 1, 2. And seeing this, we already also overshoot the maximum extension we look for wave 3, which is a 561.8. Here on a log scale. So I guess what? Yeah, I guess we may have made that wave 4 really shallow. But usually I would want to see a retrace to the 236 at minimum. But we never did on either of these highs. I mean, I had a good count here. Now, maybe, yeah, maybe, let's say that. It's really a front run wave 4. It seems that we may have some kind of diagonal here, getting overlapping. It's really, I'm not sure I want to force a short here. I prefer to miss here, taking a bit more profit on the long as we are reaching sensible resistance, and wait for a big rejection. Then we'll have a range. We'll see where is the range. You know, the position start to build here. That seems quite wide for wave 4 of this degree, but I mean, yeah, why not? Maybe here. We'll wait for some kind of range to establish and place a range. See when we go to rejection, market structure change, where can I count either 5 waves, either an ABC or something, and then try to long again to place that range and show the highs and look at the range. I guess it's likely that we reject at some point, right? We should expect it, but I don't want you to burn the profit I made on this trying to short every high, because if you try to short every high and you don't take profit quickly and you don't manage to take really at the high, well, you get stopped how many times here? Too much. And I don't want to spend all my life catching meaningless trade. By the meaningless, because I would not make money on this. When I catch this, I take profit quickly, but just to protect it, so I don't really make money. I just protect my losses. So making 20 trades, it's just doing nothing. I mean, we are overbought. We are diminishing volume, bearish div, 5 minutes, 15 minutes, 30 minutes, 1 hour. We have FOMO, we have positions that keep building. It's somebody that building short here. So somebody's, not necessarily somebody, but several people's entity. So there is people getting wrecked, but there is still absorption because open interest is growing here. At some point they want to exit. That's why I believe we'll have a range. Now, the shorts that are underwater here are gonna play support. That's also why you're likely gonna see a range. Either for continuation or for a reversal, but our shorts that build here become potential buys. I will retrace as well, depending if they average it up or they're just underwater. I buy back as they come back into profit. What is your position size, leverage, etc.? That's not your that's not your problem. Leverage is my position, and my position size is personal. And leverage doesn't really matter. I mean, it does matter. Especially if you are new to trading and trading with leverage, I advise to not use leverage or very low leverage. Now, personally, when I'm doing trade like this and I get invalidation at less than 1%, I can have pretty high leverage, but that doesn't mean much, you know. Usually I'm on cross, in fact, so yeah, the goal is not to leverage your net worth, it's just to be able to have several positions. And with a 2x leverage, you already make profit. It's possible that we go over the range. I mean, wave 3 go over the last few things. Is it possible that we go over the range? You mean that one? Wave 3 got over the last few. Well, as the lower time frame here is getting a bit complicated because we already overcame the maximum fib extension we would be looking for wave 3 of this degree. I would say it's still possible that that's just what we are finishing here. If we do see such a retrace here and higher high, I guess that's where we're gonna be in between, as always. Which wave did we finish here and which wave will have finished here? Are we finishing wave 3 here or just wave 3 here? Obviously, if we push higher before retracing into the 261.8 extension of this, I will favor wave 3 of this degree. Because when you reach a 61.8 something extension, it's a good target. It's a perfect target for wave 3. Here I will be like in the middle. I will say both are possible. So if we reject here, we will not know for sure. That's why the next will still be looking for a short, not knowing if we are finishing wave 5 or wave 3. Wave 3 would suggest just to stay here before 5th. Wave 5 will suggest that we might retrace more before doing a wave 6. I'm not sure what's your question here. Now, target overall, taking the high here. That would be a good short, right? Again, whatever wave it is, we'll try to read 5 waves that come here on the lower time frame to have a bit more confidence, or a bit more tight invalidation, maybe a bit higher leverage. But yeah, if we go a swing for a pattern of this, we have good potential to potentially come back to here. And there is a 50 on linear, 50 fiber trace only. Yeah, what can I do with that? It's already quite extended. Maybe the thing is, we have a bigger wave 1 here than here. Can we fit something else? Maybe we don't have leading. We are only have 2, 3, 4, 5. I are already extended to the max here to me. 1, 2, 3. Here I can fit a flat. Here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Even this is not enough for a trace for this wave 4 degree. But it is. I mean, that's what we should expect, but sometimes we don't get what we should expect. It's not that far. I was really aiming for a break of that low here. A bit of trap. There's still liquidity below this. Gonna keep this. Yeah, I don't know. I would say low leverage short here is meaningful. You got to know what you do. That means being ready to average up without taking too much risk. Otherwise, yeah, change of market structure here, and maybe try again. I prefer to do this wait later and have a retest and have my invalidation. I don't really like to get a position without an invalidation. Unless I'm really confident about it and I'm in max knife catching mode. Usually I am doing best in knife catching at the lows. What is your favorite Elliott Wave countdown from the 69K? I'm split. Not sure I have a favorite. It's either an ABC here. Either 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I could also see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I will say this is my less favorite because we have a small wave 3. But it worked. You know, I'm not a fan of having a big wave 1 and small wave 3 and 4 and 5 unless it is a diagonal. But yeah, I would say either A, B, C, or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It really depends on what happened on stock, right? Yeah, good decision of buying oil yesterday. DXY is giving us a bit of room for a move up as well. A bit of room. I mean, it made the market structure change. Yeah, I'm going to quickly overlook on all of this before I log off. Not gonna spend a lot of time, but the idea is to have a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 with finishing an upside, a motive wave on the XY. And now we are at quite important resistance area, which is a monthly order block here in pink. I was already looking for a top here. As we overcame that, I made an alternative count that suggests we could still be another move up, but it looked like it's getting really overbought here. DXY, so it's the strength of the dollar. And so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 potentially, or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is also valid. So that will give us some room for corrective move up or new rally on stocks and Bitcoin. Influence. I am wondering if American stocks and the DXY can move down together. I will not exclude that. Maybe not sync, you know, but maybe if the DXY is going into a larger retrace here, while it's doing its retrace, maybe doing its move down, stock do corrective move up, and while the DXY do a corrective move down, move up, stocks do impulsive move down. So I think there will still be inverse correlation, but overall, over the months, the coming years, both could go down, because I have a potentially extremely bearish count on stocks, which is not my, which I'm not alone to read. As always, there is still the question: do we finish the fifth, or do we still have one last fifth to come? But we are looking at 1800, 1880 year as a wave 1 to 1930, wave 3 up to 2000, and wave 5. That would mean that we could be entering the correction of 150 years of trend. That's a bit heavily. It doesn't mean we have to retrace all of it, but it means that we could go into a very long market. And you know, considering the current geopolitical situation, it doesn't seem more stupid, right? Because we talked about this for already a year and more, or even more than a year. But me personally, for a bit more than a year. And yeah, the more things happen, the less stupid it looks. So we have potentially a leading diagonal 5 waves, and this could be either ABC correction or impulsive ABC. As long as we don't take the high, it could still be corrective. And I believe that if we take that low, that will be a big warning trigger for me. If we take the low of June on stocks, American stocks, that would be a big warning trigger that, yeah, we are likely going into a long recession / depression. It seems that we have all the ingredients for it. It doesn't mean that it has to happen now. We can maintain that range for a long time, you know. Oh, we can allow Bitcoin to go in a bull run without stock as well. But if we have an ABC here and we are doing a 1-2 here and we're starting to move down, we could see an extension of the Web3, and that will probably pull Bitcoin down, and that will be the scenario where Bitcoin go below 13k and take several years to potentially reaccumulate. If it does. If it doesn't just fail because the US and Europe decide to ban orderflow mining and everything. I mean, we may not may have a lack of electricity this winter, so you know, not the best case for Bitcoin. So stock, yeah. Here we have a good buyback. I'm still more inclined to look at this as 5, like Bitcoin, right? That we are in correction and we're going for low, and we'll see what happens here. For this one, I would say it's more possible than Bitcoin that we just made a corrective move, but overall I'm looking at the same thing for now. Gold is looking pretty good, as long as it keeps it slow as well. We have a nice corrective structure here potentially. If the low is lost, as we already have nice 5 here, so it's possible with we get to the 1400. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Looking like 3 drive pattern in 5th. Yeah, I mean, yeah. It feels to me like this is the top right now, and we are going to the range. Okay, just based on the feeling, should I pull a short here? Not just based on the feeling, because there's a bit of data behind it. But it's 3 drive and ending diagonal here locally. Now I'm not sure how I fit the ending diagonal with this and this. That's my problem here. Or a bigger zigzag for SPXS King Calms. Yeah, that's, I guess that's why I answer already. So there's a delay between me reading the comment, my charts. Bigger zigzag, yeah. I'm not seeing this as a potential bigger zigzag here. Why? Simply, and this, because here I could see one more leg up, because I can see a 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. If we go below this, we're going to overlap proposed wave 1, and so it means that most likely this is finished as an impulse. Now we have a very valid wave 4 inverse triangle here on the very high time frame, a very valid wave 4 here as a expanded flat. So if this is finished, that most likely means that this is finished, which means what it's mean. I'm basing this, well, I mean, that's a count of Elliott Wave International Rubber Pressure, more or less. So just not me, but I've made the count, the lower time frame count as well. It fits. And yeah, usually with Elliott Wave, you try to recognize the corrective consolidation and try to see where it fits. And these are perfect wave 4 and wave 4 of lower degree. So it gives even more credit for this. the same way we have a wave 4 here, inverse triangle, the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or the wave 3. Great. So yeah, magic spreads. Yeah, not green anymore, not pushing. We saw everything. Resistance. Well, we have a naked POC we already tagged. Yeah, we talked about it. Wyckoff. Not much to talk on this. I mean, if really we're having a bigger retrace, we can look at this, but I think we need to finish the fifth before looking for a deeper retrace, so that will be for next week. And that's it. Order block, there is supply. There's supply. So thanks for watching, everybody. Don't forget to leave a like if you enjoyed. To leave a comment also below the video. That always appreciated and helpful. The YouTube referencement and everything. Share the video. And yeah, whatever. Don't forget as well to take a step back from the chart if you can during the weekend. If you trade all week, you know, it's good to have at least a day, 2 without looking at the chart and go outside, spend time with your loved ones, clean your head, and come back with a clear mind on your chart on Monday or Sunday, right? And don't forget, the only thing we control in the market is how much we lose, so risk management is absolutely key. That said, I wish you a nice evening, a nice day, whenever, depending where you are and when you are watching this. And yeah, see you soon. Thanks, appreciate all the comments, guys and girls. Bye.